Yo! So there's a very popular video floating around YouTube of an appearance a few years ago by actor Morgan Freeman on the television show 60 Minutes, in which he says this.
I don't want a Black History Month. Black history is American history.
How are we going to get rid of racism?
Stop talking about it. I'm going to stop calling you a white man.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask you to stop calling me a black man.
And this is a pretty common sentiment. You hear this all the time. People say, I don't see race, I'm colorblind. And this sounds good on paper, but it's actually quite problematic on a couple of levels. First of all, quite simply, race and ethnicity are closely connected to culture. And in my experience, most people are proud of their culture. Refusing to acknowledge race is being insensitive to the vast cultural differences across the world. Now, I agree with Mr. Morgan Freeman's implication that race is not a thing. Race has absolutely zero biological or genetic relevance. It's an entirely contrived social construct that is based solely on the amount of melanin present in our skin, which is a really non-useful way to categorize people, by the way. Despite the fact that it is a construct, however, it is a construct that has been and continues to be used to marginalize and discriminate against many groups of people. When you say we shouldn't see race, you are glossing over the struggle that lots of people have to deal with every day because of their race. It is true that we're all just human beings, but we do not experience the world in the same way, and it is unjust and a little bit douchey to ignore that. Now, perhaps people who think like this are imagining a utopia where everyone is colorblind and nobody judges people or discriminates against people based on their race. And that sounds nice for sure, but that's just not how it is in reality. And since it's not like this in reality, we have to do something to level the playing field. We can't just stand around and pretend there's no problem. No problem as big as racism has been or will ever be solved by not talking about it. I always like to bring up the example of Virginia Dare. Virginia Dare is notable for being the first person born in America to English parents. I remember being taught about Virginia Dare in elementary school, and I also remember having to remember her name for a test. And just as a frame of reference, the Wikipedia article for Virginia Dare contains about 3,000 words. Virginia Dare's contribution to American history and society? Nothing. Just was born. In fact, almost nothing is known about her probably short life. On the other hand, a person that I was not taught about in school is a black lawyer named Charles Hamilton Houston. His Wikipedia article has only about 700 words. His contribution to American history and society? Oh, only playing a leading role in nearly every civil rights case brought before the Supreme Court between 1930 and 1960, earning him the title the man who killed Jim Crow. He's only the guy without whom there would probably still be institutionalized segregation in America. Oh, just that guy. Yet I wasn't taught about him at all in school, and I can barely find any substantial information about him on the internet right now. That, Morgan Freeman, is why we need Black History Month. Because Black history and Black people are marginalized in America. And again, perhaps you are dreaming of a day when Black history is taught alongside American history equally. But it just currently isn't, so we have to do something about it. And this whole concept is why we should not only not stop talking about it, but we should talk about it all the time and probably be super loud when we do it. Not talking about it is not going to change employment discrimination. It's not going to change racial profiling from the police. Not talking about it is not going to change underrepresentation or misrepresentation of minorities in media. Not talking about it is not going to change the personal bigotry that many people have based on their ignorance. It's not just going to go away, Morgan Freeman. The only privileged people have the luxury of choosing to be colorblind. And no one is saying that you should be ashamed or sorry for being white or otherwise privileged, but you should acknowledge that you experience the world in a different way than other people, and a lot of times that is because of the color of your skin. Because you do. So don't stop talking. That's just me though. What should the next video be about? Drop a comment. I want to give a shout out to all the new subscribers. How you doing? Please press the like button. Subscribe if you like my hair. Holla.